some people have asked is how to do lasagna. So we're gonna do that, but you know, I like to do things a little differently. So we're gonna do a veggie lasagna, but with a little twist because I'm gonna show you. We're gonna do it all made out of veggies. Lasagna, you know, usually you buy your in the store. It's like a pasta. It's just regular pasta. They come in these sheets, like with a little like fancy frills on the side, usually. And then you boil that with water and all that, and then you line up and put whatever veggies. Usually you make a mix of like a lot of sauce with veggies and all that. But I'm gonna show you one that is you are just assembling and putting in the oven. And it's like I call it the lazy lasagna, but it's really easy. The key thing for that, that's my sauce. And so we do need a lot of sauce in this. I'm gonna do a small amount for you to demo, but it's nice and hot. That's the only thing you need hot, because actually it's very little cooking. You'll put everything in an oven at 350 once we're done, but I'm gonna show you the assembly. And then what's it gonna be filled out with? Well, it's your choice. What do you have at hand? So the layers I'm gonna do with sweet potato. But I have some carrot that I peeled. You can do it with like delicata squash. You can do it with butternut squash. Anything you have. I have some mushrooms. I have some onion. I have some kale that I chopped, and I have some white beans. So basically, whatever you have, a little of it each will do really great. So I'm going to use. So then I'm going to start preparing some of my veggies. So you know. And we're not even, so I'm gonna have my onion here. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's just like chop and assemble. So I'm chopping just even like, I'm not even dicing it. I'm just doing it in slices. It's up to you if you want to dice, by all means dice. But you'll see how just easy this is. Then same thing with my carrot. The only thing is to do it in like thin slices or as thin as you can. To do the layers, but basically all the magic is going to be done in the oven with the sauce, cooking everything at the same time. So that's why I like to do it. I make a big like baking tray with it, and then so that's I already have these ready. So I'm going to do the sweet potato. You want to peel it, you can peel it. Sometimes I like it unpeeled, but let's peel it now. Of course, you need to rinse it really well, rub it well, so you can get all that dirt. So once it's done, it doesn't have to be perfect, but we can remove our skins. Have you ever done sweet potato tacos? Sweet potato skin tacos. I saute those skins that I left over, saute them with a little bit of onion, garlic, and that's my filling for my taco. Anyway, so here's my sweet potato in thin strips. It doesn't have to be perfect. You have a mandolin, use it, but you know. So go like that. And same thing with I have some little piece of the sweet potato here. You can do it like that, right? Or you can, to make it safe always, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be all round. You can do it in like these half moons, like that. And that's it. These are all my veggies. And I have some mushrooms I'll cut in a little bit. So here's how you're gonna go ahead and assemble. I'm gonna do it in a small, like, but a tall one, because I like this to be sort of like a tall dish. It just looks pretty in the plate. So this is what we're gonna do. First thing first, so we start with sauce on the bottom and spread it around. So the key, as I said, is the sauce, and then we're gonna start doing the layers. These are the sweet potatoes. They can overlap a little bit, that's fine. The sauce is hot, and I like it. You can still do it cold, but you might need to cook it more than like the 45 minutes it takes. Maybe like an hour or something, but which it's fine. Then my carrots. If you have zucchini or squash, you can also add that in slices. It's kind of, so basically you're assembling a lineup. See my onions? And I'm just gonna like sprinkle like that. If you have some garlic, you can put garlic in, chopped garlic. I added chopped garlic in the marinara, so I'm not gonna do it this time with that. And then some of the, I can do a little bit of the kale. If you have baby spinach, do that. And a couple of, this is white beans that I have. Any beans you could do. Sometimes you can do lentils. You could, it's just up to you. But we're adding protein, we're adding, and then my mushrooms. Let me move this just here. So I have like all my, you could do all your veggies prep first, and then you just assemble later. So I have some mushrooms. If you like mushrooms, add them. If you don't add them. You can add peppers, sliced peppers, anything you want. And then another nice serving of my sauce. And this is the key. Make sure you add plenty of it all around, especially in the edges, especially also if you're in a, actually, you know that a square dish actually is better for cooking all around it and without burning the edges than a square pan. It's just that we're not used to it, but and then we begin again with another layer of sweet potato. And you can mix and match, and then a little bit more of my butternut squash. You can even layer it to the side. So this all is going to make a really nice tight, then some more onion in it. Our carrots. So you get the idea of layering this whole thing. Let's do another little bit of beans, which they are going to give it like a really nice creamy flavor. So notice that I'm not adding layers and layers of cheese. That's where sometimes goes a little bit off the rails because of all the fat content, but I will add a little bit of cheese at the top. Definitely. So here's another layer, and then I'll put another amount of, and that's it. It's just, we can stop here. And then we're gonna just spread it really well, because the sauce is what's gonna cook everything. You see, we didn't cook anything. We don't need, sometimes you prepare the vegetables, you saute them, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just telling you another method that you could do it easier. A lot of people think lasagna is so complicated where I'm gonna waste my time. Nope, you can do it this way. You can season with a little bit of pepper at the end. And it's your choice. I'm gonna do, then I have this little bit of cheese. This is, I like to put it a little bit at the top before baking it. And then when I serve it, I can add a little bit more. Just, it'll have a little color and flavor. So then it goes into your, just like that. It goes like that. And because the sauce is really hot, you're gonna put it in the oven with a tray for 45, maybe an hour, depends on how thick you want your lasagna. I'm gonna show you now our end result. After an hour, you go, I'm gonna show you. You can plate it. It'll come like this layer. You see there's a lot of sauce in it. And then, again, I can just add a little bit of cheese on top. This is a ricotta. It's called Salata. Ricotta Salata. It's like a little crumbly ricotta, but it could be a little mozzarella too, or just parm, which I love.
It's actually a little salty, correct, JP?
Yes, it's a little salty,
which I really like. I love that.
Yeah, that ricotta salata is really good from time to time. And since we added a lot of tomatoes in the sauce and stuff, it actually cuts down on the sodium. So you can add this on the top and it's really nice and flaky. So I want to show you.
Good. Delicious.
Yeah.
And you get your veggies in.
Yes, you get a lot of veggies and your beans, and people will love it. So the good thing about it is, like, I did it in a square container, the large part. This is the piece I serve. So it's really, also it holds really well. So it's a great dish. You could make, like I said, a big amount, and then you don't need half of it. It's easy to freeze it, put it in a container, cover it, and freeze it. And then whenever it's a cold day and you have some there that you don't want to cook, you take it out and then you reheat it in the oven. And that's it. In case you're using meat, you have to cook that first, fully cook and fully brown, and then you can lay it out with all the veggies and then cook it. Okay. So yeah, you wouldn't do the ground turkey meat raw in the layers for safety, for food safety. Okay. I made a lot, but I could barely say I made a lot because it's in my slow cooker. But I got a jar of marinara. So any jar will do. And they actually tend to be a little high in sodium. Look at this one, it's 410 milligrams of sodium. That is a lot because it's only 40 calories. So it's 10 times the calories. So that's a lot. However, a good thing is you're gonna add cans of tomatoes. If they don't have salt, even better. So then you blend it together, and then you put a little bit of olive oil, and then you leave it. This I left it in my slow cooker all night, 6 hours at slow. So it just cooks slowly and gets all this flavor, and you reduce the sodium content. So it's just like stretching the marinara sauce from a can. If you don't want to use a prepared one, you just use exactly that, but just like 2 or 3 of these. Any extras you can always save. Blend it, put a little bit of garlic, onion, salt, and pepper if they are low sodium, the cans of tomatoes, and then put it in with a little bit of olive oil and put it in the slow cooker overnight. Or you can do it on the stove top at a simmer for like 45 minutes or an hour, covered a jar so it gets really nice and that thick consistency.